Warning, this podcast has stories of real-life events and true crime that happens every day. These stories may contain adult language and graphic or disturbing details not suitable for everyone. Listener discretion is advised.
132 in Bush, I've got him at gunpoint.
They're pulling them out.
10-1-1. Advise ready for escape.
Another episode of War Stories. I'm Tom,
I'm Chuck.
and how many times am I going to say I'm excited for this guest? But I really am, and I think our audience will be as well. This is going to be. I'm going to tell people up front. This is going to be a two-parter. It's definitely going to be a two-parter. So tell us, Chuck, how did you find our guest a little bit, and then we'll get into his background.
So ever since we were talking about when we saw the whole Ukraine thing popping off and talking about how, vets were going to be going over there and all this stuff. And then you started seeing a lot of people on Instagram and things like that, start making it known like, hey, we're doing this, we're doing that. And then so I started really following it and keeping track of everything and looking at some of these.
And we were covering it for the podcast. And
some of these vets that were going over there. And I came across that guy Sleazy so many times on Instagram, and I was like, oh my gosh, I started following his page. And man, I got to tell you, not one, but two tours in Ukraine, and as a Marine Corps vet. So I was super enthralled by that. So I started looking at it and his story and watching it as it was going. It was pretty interesting to view on Instagram, and I thought it was really cool. And I finally just said, fuck it, I'm going to reach out. And I reached out, and he said he would be delighted to come onto the show, and he is nothing short of a fucking hero, to be quite honest, and has the medals to prove it. And I thought it was pretty fucking cool.
What's that expression?
Definitely not a hero.
Yeah, it's hard to hear that, right? Well, should we call you Sleazy? What should we call you?
Yeah, man, whatever works. Sleazy, Bryce, I pretty much go by just about everything.
So it's at that guy Sleazy on social media. Name is Bryce. Welcome to the show, man. How are you?
Man, I'm doing good. Appreciate y'all. Thanks for having me on. I don't think I'm anything special. Just another guy doing the Lord's work. Just fucking having fun, fucking putting lead down range. But how
rare? How rare is it for someone to serve in the United States in the Marine Corps or the Army or something like that, and then just the U.S. military, and then a fucking war pops off in a different part of the country, and they're like, I'm going.
Well, it's not that rare. They're called mercenaries. Happens all the time.
I don't know. To me, I think it's everyone talks the talk, but no one really walks the walk.
No, I get what you're saying.
Small portion of people do it, and I just thought it was so crazy. And then to come back, to know how volatile it was over there, and to come back twice, and
Chuck's got a boner. That's all
pretty cool.
Yeah,
that's fine. I pretty much had a boner the whole time I was over there. So
and as much as this is my thing, my family. Let's put it this way: my grandmother thanks you, because my grandmother was born in Zhytomyr, Ukraine. So my grandmother fled. People who've listened to the show long enough have probably heard me tell the story. My grandmother fled when the communists took over during the Civil War. Mm-hmm. And she made it out when she was like a wee baby child, like 8 years old, maybe younger. And they were going to kill her and her family because her father was in the army, but he was on the losing side. And they said, you're a Soviet now or else. And he said, the fuck I am. And they went, fine, report to the camp. And instead of reporting to the camp, he packed up his family and fled, and they escaped through Europe, through England, and ultimately to Canada, where my mother grew up. So when I was seeing all this stuff coming out about Ukraine, it was upsetting, right? It's weird to be angry about stuff happening in a country I've never visited, but I still feel emotionally tied to. So I get what Chuck's saying. I look at the guys that put their money where their mouth is and said, it's like all the celebrities that said, if Trump gets elected, I'm leaving and I'm moving to Canada. And they never. And I'm still waiting for that bunch of celebrities, the news, to say Rosie O'Donnell moved to Canada, Alec Baldwin moved to Canada. Hey, if Al Baldwin had moved to Canada, there'd be a camera director of photography that'd still be alive.
There would, and how he's not in jail for that is mind-boggling. Because I mean, you jaywalk across the street and you're getting fucking hemmed up, if not beaten on the corner. But yeah, this old boy can shoot somebody on camera, and
Yeah, that's a
nothing
whole
happens.
other.
Like, it's-
Yeah.
So you put up, and you didn't shut up. You put up, right? That's the whole expression. Put up
Yeah.
or shut up, and you put up. So let's go back, man. I think this is cool. I'm gonna have a ton of questions when we get to the Ukraine stuff, but on our show we like to start out with telling us about yourself and how you became a Marine in the first place. So please, by all means, Bryce, how did you end up in the Marine Corps?
Yeah, man. So I grew up in a small town in North Texas, about 45 minutes north of Dallas. Now it is Dallas. Before, when I was growing up, it was pretty much ranches and farms,
Right.
all the way around, all around us. And now it's just a concrete jungle. So it's wild to go back there from growing up. But I don't know. Ever since I was a kid, I always was intrigued with like war movies, you know, and different Call of Duty style games and stuff like that. And I always envisioned myself being, you know, the bad guy's boogeyman, you know, doing the cool spec ops fucking boogeyman shit, you know.
John Wick.
Um,
Right.
Exactly. You know, like I just something about that appealed to me, and I was like, the guys that were out there operating, like doing that cool shit, like just it intrigued the mess out of me. So I think so I always like had a vision of a military, but didn't know what. And I think I was probably around, I don't know, 10 years old, 12 years old, something like that. And in my small town, we had, you know, like a Christmas parade and a tree lighting ceremony in the center and everything like that. And one year, went to, you know, the parade, went to the tree lighting ceremony and stuff like that. And there was a Marine recruiter there, and he was handing out these badass Marine Corps posters. And it was very, I don't know if you've seen it. It's old school. It's when I say old school, you know, early 2000s. But it was the Marine, and like half of him is like a picture of him, and the other half is like the green checkered, kind of like kind of coming into the new modern warfare, technological warfare and stuff like that. So it was the green checkers on like the AI was building him and stuff like that. So I was like, I want that poster. Like,
Did you put it up
that
in your
poster
room?
is dope. I want it. Hell yeah, I was hanging up in my room. I think it hung up in my room until I graduated high school and went to the Marine Corps.
I was gonna
but,
laugh if you had the one the recon Marine coming out of the water with his rifle pulled up, because that's the one I had in my room.
I did have that one also. I
Oh,
had that one. The one that I'm about to tell you how I got it, and then was it in the delayed entry program. They did the throwback to like one of the World War II Marine Corps recruiting posters, where it's like the two guys, they're both Marines but standing next to each other, or whatever. Like the big square jaw and everything like that. But anyway, so I saw this poster, and I'm like, I gotta have it. So I went and talked to the, you know, the Marine recruiter, and I was like, hey man, like, can I have a poster? And he was like, yeah, you got to give me, you know, 10 push-ups or whatever. And I was like, oh, I can do that. That's easy, whatever. So like, so I'm starting to knock him out, whatever. Like, I think I missed it by like one or two, like whatever the number was. Like I missed it by one or two. And I was like, well, I almost got it. Like, let me have the poster. He's like, no, you didn't do it. Like, I'm not giving you the poster. He's like, here's a lanyard, but like the poster is this. This is what you got to do to get it. You didn't get it, so you can have a lanyard. And like, I was so mad, but also like, I just wanted it that much more. So, you know, I'm walking around with my family and stuff a little bit longer, and we're getting ready to leave. And I told my mom, I was like, no, I want this poster. Like, let me try it one more time. She's like, all right, whatever. So we go back over there, and I did it, and I got the poster. And like, ever since then, I was like, this is what I want to do. Like, it's not just handouts and give me's. It's, if you don't meet the requirement, you're not getting it. Like, this is the requirement. Either do it or get the fuck out of here. Simple as that.
And you know what's funny is you had that inside of you as a kid, right? You recognized
Yeah.
as a kid, you said, "Oh, that's fair. That's legit." Like he sets his expectations and he expects that. And you probably had a bunch of things happen in your life that didn't do that. And you
Well,
went,
yeah,
"No,
it was well.
like
So my dad was old school. So
Good.
it instilled a lot of things that the Marine Corps also instills into people.
Right.
But like structure and stuff like that. But my old man was very set in his ways. Also, like, no, I said do this,
Mhm.
and then you can do this. Well, if you don't do this, then you can't have this.
Right.
Type
You
deal.
respect
So
it.
that's kind of how I recognized it, and I
Sure.
correlated it, and I was able to understand it. But then, like, I started, learning more about the Marine Corps, through, middle school and high school, and knew about, Marine Raiders and, all the cool boogeyman shit that, aside from just your basic Roman in the Marine Corps, your basic infantrymen going doing cool shit. You also had the elites inside of like the elites inside of the elites, really.
Mhm. Right.
And I was like, that's dope. Like that's what I do. Like, I want to do recon. I want to go to MARSOC. I want to do all this stuff.
When
And
did you go in? Because MARSOC was new when I went in because they just brought back the
MARSOC,
Raiders.
yeah, MARSOC, I think came back in '08, I think, something like that.
Yeah, okay, yeah,
Around
track
then.
because
Yeah,
I was in
yeah,
it
and
07.
I went in. Yeah, '07. Yeah, so I went in 2013.
Got it.
So the war was kind of coming to an end, and we were pulling out and everything like that. So I didn't get to do all the
They
cool guy
announced
stuff. But
MARSOC in '05, and then they officially reactivated MARSOC in '06 at Camp Lejeune.
Yeah,
okay,
we
so yeah,
we
a couple years.
bed
But
down next to those dudes.
Yeah.
Those
yeah,
guys were
they're
horrible to fight with.
I
I
wouldn't
bet.
I wouldn't
Dude.
fuck the MARSOC Marine on my best day and his worst
Oh,
day.
Amtrackers don't give a fuck. It's called AA Battalion for a reason. Those motherfuckers are all alcoholics. They get some alcohol and they're like, "Let's go, let's fight."
Let's do it.
Well,
Let's do it.
no, I meant sober. I'll fight anyone drunk, but
Well, we had some MARSOC dudes who got kicked out, so they were all like
Yeah.
gung ho motherfuckers. It's crazy, but yeah, it's cool.
you
Yeah,
knew
and,
early
and,
on
and, and then
the
they had,
Marine life was for you.
yeah, I did. It's just, I don't know, it just intrigued me, and that's what I wanted to do. And even throughout high school, everybody's taking their ACTs and was it SCTs, ACTs, whatever
SATs,
other whatever crazy college thing that you need to do. They're applying for colleges. They're trying to get good grades, and I didn't do anything. I was like, I'm not
Me neither.
going to college. Why do I need to do this? Why do I need to do that?
But you took
Why
that
do I
ASVAB
need to
in high
learn how
school.
to? I did. Yeah, I had to take the ASVAB. Yeah. But so yeah, I didn't take any of those tests. I don't like admitting this, but it's part of who I am, and it's part of my growth. I graduated some of the lowest of my class. I want to say like I was in the bottom 100 of my class, if not maybe bottom 50, just because like I didn't care in high school because I was school's not for me. Like I'm not going to school. I'm not going to college. Like I'm going to the Marine Corps. In the Marine Corps, you don't need to learn biology. You don't need to learn, all this chemistry or, what happened in this book of Romeo and Juliet or whatever. So I didn't pay any attention to it. So yeah, I just kept working and working and working up towards, going to the Marine Corps. Joined the delayed entry program. I think like as soon as I turned 17. So like I was pretty much in the delayed entry program for almost a year and a half, 2 years. Like through my whole junior year, my whole senior year of high school, like once a week I was going to the recruiting office, working out with the guys.
Wow.
The once a month pulley functions and everything like that. Because like I just knew like that's what I was going to do. And then graduated high school, June of 2013. 5 days later, I was on the plane to San Diego, California.
Nice.
Yeah.
Wow.
So that's
And
How'd you like San
how did
Diego?
how did that feel, by the way? Like you had waited so long to go to Marine boot. I imagine you watched every movie you could. You consumed just anything and everything Marine Corps, right? And in preparation for this. And then the moment you're on a plane going to San Diego, California, to beautiful Camp Pendleton.
Well, we went. So So the recruit training for the Marine Corps isn't part of it is at Pendleton, but it's
Right. I know
actually whenever you fly into the San Diego, like you look at MCRD San Diego.
right. MCRD is yes.
Yeah,
So you're
it's attached to the airport.
right. So you're
Yeah.
flying into MCRD. It's actually happening.
Mm.
How does that what's going through your mind? Is it
I was
like
ready.
kind of in shock, or were you like
kind of like I was
Fuck
I was
yeah.
kind of surreal. I was like, I mean, obviously I was still heavily motivated. But then like I was also waiting for the unknown, like you know, because it's the unknown
Yep.
is scary, because you
Right.
don't know what it is.
Right.
So yeah, obviously I was a little nervous and cautious of the unknown, but ultimately like I was ready, and I knew like that's where I needed to be, and all I had to do was make it 3 months, and then I could go kick down doors and go do cool guy shit.
Right.
Did you when you because I had this thought running through my head because I went to PI, but when we stepped off onto the yellow footprints, the guy came in and started yelling. The DI came in and started yelling on the bus, "Get the fuck off the bus!" And you had to run in and go do your phone calls and stand on the yellow footprints and shit. When we got to do it like into a squad bay, and we were sitting there, I was like, man, when's it gonna start? Like, when's it gonna get tough? Like, they're yelling, but
Yeah,
it ain't that bad, bro. Like,
it
my
ain't
dad's
that
yelled
bad.
more than this. And I was like, when's it gonna
Yeah.
kick in? And then we
Yep.
meet it felt like a week, but I think it was like a few days, but they're sleep depriving you the whole time. So you don't know what time it is. There's no windows.
Right.
And you're sitting there and
Nope.
you're like, fuck, when is this gonna get like tough? This feels like Boy Scout shit. And sure as shit, right after I said that to a couple people out loud, we got to meet our senior in our kill hats, and then
Mhm.
all hell broke loose. Were you
Yeah.
kind of thinking that when you first got there, you're like, this ain't shit, like all the stuff I watched, this is cupcake stuff?
Yeah, very, very. I was like, I was doing the same thing. You're making the phone call. You're trying to read that little piece of paper while they're right here
Yeah.
barking in your ear. So you're trying to read this, but you're also trying to listen to them, and it's kind of throwing you off. But I'm like, man, my dad's yelled at me worse than this. My dad's thrown me around the house worse than this. Like
Right.
Yeah.
this ain't nothing. Like, why people are always so traumatized about boot camp and like all these stories, and other poolees coming back after they graduate. They always talk to the poolees at the recruiting station, like, oh man, it's tough, da, da, da. Or you read the
Right.
letters from them while they're at boot camp, and you're like, I was like, man, these guys are pussies. Like, this ain't shit. Like,
Yeah.
this ain't shit. And then sure enough, I think it's about a week that you do all your in-doc and everything like that, all your paperwork, your first
Well,
physical
they
fitness
have to make
test
sure
and
you've
everything
signed
like
your ass
that.
away before they chew it.
Right. And then same thing. They get you all in your squad bay. You put all your stuff on your rack, and then you meet your senior and your kill hat, your drill, and everybody. Like, and all the instructors. It's all that very formal. I am Staff Sergeant Fuckface. Whatever. And then you have the officers leave, and then right before they leave, and the hatch slams, they said, "Senior drill instructor, you got him." And then like the hatch slams shut, and then you're like, it gets eerily quiet for a minute. Like, he doesn't say anything; it just gets eerily quiet, and then you're like, oh fuck, this is it. And
That
then he goes,
yeah.
that moment of clarity clicks in. You're like, oh fuck.
Oh.
But yeah, he says,
That's
his
that moment of
little
silence.
speech.
That's that moment of silence that lets you think about your decisions leading up to that moment. And
Yeah. About to say he does his little intro speech, and then about 5 minutes later, all hell's breaking loose. Racks are getting ripped apart and thrown across the bed. Like, we don't even know how to make a rack yet, and they're already completely just destroying us. And then of course, we don't meet time hacks and stuff like that, so we get destroyed again. And but that's when it all clicked in. I was like, oh no, this is as they fucking said it
this
was.
is real. Yeah, this is legit.
Yeah, 100%.
So now you're a Marine, and what did you spend your time in the Marine Corps doing?
Oh man, I mean, y'all are gonna love this, but I absolutely hated it. So I joined the Marine Corps. My contract was an 0311. Kick down doors, go shoot people in the face, go do the boogeyman shit. So Chuck will know this. Last day of boot camp, your senior drill instructor has you in a school circle, and he goes, "Hey, Smuckatelli, 0311, Camp Pendleton, California. Lance Corporal Fuckface, chow hall, whatever. Well, he gets to me and he goes, 5811, Fort Leonard Wood, Missouri. I was like, the fuck? Raised my hand. I was like, Staff Sergeant, I'm supposed to 311. I don't know what a 5811 is. He goes,
Either
welcome
Artie
to
or
the Marine
fucking
Corps.
MP.
He goes, welcome to the Marine Corps. Sit down, shut the fuck up. I was like, what the fuck is a 5811? So he breaks the school circle, and I'm asking other people, and nobody in my platoon is a 5811. Nobody. So everyone's like, I don't know what it is. So I go bang on the hatch real quick, and then my kill hat pops out, and I said, hey Sergeant, my contract was in 0311, but Staff Sergeant said I'm now 5811, and I'm going to Fort Leonard Wood, Missouri. What is that, and how do I get my contract? And he goes, you're a buddy fucker. Get the fuck away from me. I don't want to talk to you. And he slammed it, and he slammed the door in front of me. I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah.
And he called me a Blue Falcon. He's like, you're a Blue Falcon, buddy fucker. Get the fuck away from me. I was like, what the fuck is this? And then finally, later that night, I was able to talk to one of them. He goes, hey man, you're an MP. You're gonna go to Fort Leonard Wood. I was like, that's not the contract I signed. And he goes, welcome to the Marine Corps, dude.
Right.
Well,
Bro, they didn't even tell me when we did that school circle. They didn't even tell me where I was going. They're like, hey, you're going to be going to SOI and at Camp Geiger in North Carolina. And then I go to Camp Geiger, and I'm there for around, I don't know, like a month and a half. And we're getting ready to graduate MCT or SOI. And I'm sitting there, and then they're like, hey, this is where you're going to get ready to go. Because I had a contract under 3 different tiers. It was either Artie, tanks, or tracks. And then they're like, hey, you're going back to California. And I was like, damn it, I got fucking tracks. So I didn't even find out until like 3 months after I graduated where I was going.
Oh damn, dude, that sucks. Yeah, at least I found out that night, but I was like, that's not my contract. Like that's not what I signed.
Right.
So you
told
get
me
the
I could be right. Yeah.
You get the 10-day leave. So I went. Yeah, so I went to my recruiter, and I was like, yo, what the hell is this? And he goes, hey man, when you went in, because the summer of 2013, the government shut down, so we're pulling out of the war. So we don't need as many infantrymen. Government shut down, so that closes down a lot of jobs just naturally. Right. And he goes, you're not kicked back to us while you're already there, so we just gave you the next thing that we needed. And I was like, I got fucked. And he goes, nah, man, dude. And then, of course, recruiters, they're salesmen. So he's like, hey, man, it's cool. In 2 years, you can lat move, and then you can go back to infantry. Like, it's cool, dude. Like, just 2 years doing this, and then you can lat move and do whatever you want. I'm like, you know what, man? Yeah, you're right. Yeah, I can't do that. Whatever. Cool. I'll make this work. Whatever. Nah.
Yeah, that's the standard line they give you. That is, it translates
to
go the fuck.
That is not how that works.
Yeah,
I love how he lies to your face so many times.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, dude, and every time you're like, can I have some more, please?
He's not lying. He's just misrepresenting the truth.
Yeah, you can lat move in the Marine Corps.
You can. In theory, it is theoretically possible.
Scummy. Some of those recruiters, man, they get me.
So here's the thing, Matt. For those of you who listen to the locker room, Matt went in the Navy. Matt was going to go into anti-submarine warfare, and he did. He was an airman. Initially, he was going to go in, and he was going to be the guy on the Sea King that would drop the torpedoes into the water to hunt subs, right?
That's dope.
And that didn't work out. But they said, but you can still be an airman, right? You're gonna. So they got him, and he was going to be landing and maintaining helicopters off the deck of an LHD, right? So he gets assigned to I still remember the ship, the USS Boxer. And it was an LHD, and he did go to airman school, and he was rated to land the aircraft on the LHD. But so was every other airman on the ship. And guess what?
Little glow sticks.
They didn't have any helicopters assigned to it. So there was nothing to do if you were an airman. So yes, he did get his job, but no, he didn't do it because by the time they were scheduled to actually have any aircraft built and assigned to their ship, he would have been out. So he would have had to re-enlist to do his job. And then another buddy of mine, Lemuel, he went into the Navy, and he said, I want to be a fireman. They're like, yeah, we'll make you a fireman. Hull technician, that's like a fireman. Well, every job in the Navy is a fireman because every job learns how to fight fires.
You have a fucking fire extinguisher that shoots foam, and you're like, there you go.
And I said, so what's a hull technician? He goes, a plumber. So if you Sleazy, or anybody else listening to this podcast has been lied to by a recruiter, then you are among good company, because the best of the best have been lied to by recruiters.
Bro, mine straight up. Mine fucked me hard, dude. Hard, because I originally had a contract to go into tanks, and then I left because I enlisted in California, and then I left and went to Maine. And I was like, I'm just gonna enlist out there. Can you transfer my shit over? He's like, yeah, no problem, bro.
If you don't want to get fucked by a recruiter, join the ROTC, and you still might get fucked by a recruiter.
Yeah.
Fucked by the
Dude, they put me in open contract. I was like,
just be glad that you got what you got versus fucking like Cook or S1.
Well, yeah, but I caught it
like
right before I left. And they were like, well, you can wait until the new year, and then we can put you in. And I was like, I can't live with my family that long. I'm going to go crazy. I was like, what can I do? And they're like, we can give you a ground option. That's it. And you have a chance, a 1 in 3 chance of getting it. I was like, those are better odds in Vegas. Let's fucking roll it. Better than open contract.
Bryce needs to go back and listen to the episode with Doc, because that poor bastard, he was a corpsman, right? He served. He was deployed as a corpsman. They don't need any more corpsmen, and so the Navy's like, get the fuck out. We're not re-enlisting you as a corpsman. So he goes, well, I'm not done serving. So he joins the Marine Corps on an open contract as a corpsman. And goes through boot camp as a corpsman, and when he gets out, they're like, "Oh, you need to go see the commanding officer." They would not give him his job, and the commanding officer was like, "You're a corpsman. You're like." They ended up putting him in like media relations.
Yeah, it's like a news broadcaster.
Oh man, combat cam.
Then he lateraled over to my job.
Yeah, then he lateraled the track. So anyway, so now you're a Marine. You end up being an MP. Do you serve your whole time as an MP?
All but the last 2 years. So I got stationed in Beaufort, South Carolina. No, everybody in my schoolhouse except for 5 of us all went field MPs. And I was like, when I found out that we had field MPs, I was like, okay, cool. I can still at least, deploy, go kind of kick down doors and do shit. But no, I got shafted again and became PMO in Beaufort, South Carolina, which is, for people who don't know what Beaufort, South Carolina is, it's an air winger base / retirement base / recruit depot. So it's where careers go to die and like finish and be done.
And yours hadn't even started.
And mine hadn't even started.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. It's a very, very small base, very, very small base. But anyway, so I was there for 2 years, and I caught orders to go to 3rd LE, which is in Okinawa, Japan. I took, I want to say it was like 3-4 weeks of leave. About 4 weeks of leave before my 2 years in Japan. And while I was home, both my parents were killed by a drunk driver on their motorcycle. Yeah. So, hey man, it's life, shit happens. But I got out to take care of my parents' estate and stuff like that, but I was also just pissed off at the Marine Corps because aside from getting shafted, wrong job, and then not getting to go to an LE battalion like I wanted to begin with, the day before my 21st birthday, so September 11th of 2015, and I caught orders April of 2016. So was that 5 months, 6, 7, 8 months? Yeah. Anyways, I got So I got arrested out in town for minor in possession by consumption 24 hours before my 21st birthday.
What a dick up.
Well, so yeah, he was a dick, but he also, so when I got pulled over, because he watched me leave the bar on my bike, and I was with some other guys, and we were there for an EAS party, but it was the day for my 21st birthday, so I only had 2 beers. I was like, I'm getting rowdy tomorrow, like I'm on the bike, like I ain't doing nothing crazy. Let's just take it back to the bricks and we'll get fucked up at the bricks. So head heading home, and he pulls me over for speeding 5 to 10 miles over the speed limit, and I was kind of like bobbing and weaving in my own lane, like
Bro,
until
was
you
it a
can
state
clearly
trooper?
tell. Nah, no, it was a city cop. But like you can intentionally tell that like I have full control over the bike, and like I am purposely like just like bobbing and dipping and weaving inside lane. He got me for failure to maintain lane. Well, he called the duty on the duty that was working, and he goes, "Hey man, if duty comes and picks you up, I'll just scratch your ticket and you're out." I was like, "All right, cool, dope." Well, he called the duty, and the staff sergeant that was on duty said, "Nah, man, go ahead and take him to jail."
Fuck.
So I got shafted. So I got shafted by my own command. And this is the same staff sergeant the weekend before called in sick because he worked nights. So he's the highest enlisted guy there. He called in sick, went out in the town, got hammered drunk, pulled over, and had one of his corporals come pick him up. Command swept all that shit under the rug. But yeah, he could tell this cop to fucking throw me in cuffs. So the command ended up NJPing me. I just won a meritorious corporal board. So the same week I was supposed to pin corporal, I got demoted back down to PFC. I was a lance corporal doing an E5, a sergeant's job daily. I was pissed. So when my parents' accident happened, I got attached to some artillery unit in Fort Worth. Fourth, but something. And I would work at the recruiting office next to my house 2 days a week. And the gunny there at the recruiting office, he was like, "Hey man, we have a hardship discharge that you could do." And I was like, "What's that?" And he goes, "Well, you have a hardship right now. You have to take care of your retired parents' estate, your little sister, shit like that. Like we can apply for a hardship, and the Marine Corps will essentially give you an honorable discharge, and you can just terminate your contract now."
Yeah.
Right.
Yep. And I was like, done. I was like, fuck the Marine Corps. The Marine Corps has done nothing to me over the desk and put it in. I like, fuck the Marine Corps. I'm out. I'm done. So that's what I did. So I got out September of 2016 on a hardship discharge.
So now you're out. You're how old?
22. I just turned 22 when I got out.
And so for approximately 12 years of your life, you've wanted to do nothing but ninja shit.
Yeah.
And you join the Marine Corps to do fucking ninja shit, and you don't get to do any.
Right.
And so you still got the itch.
Oh yeah, man, dude, I had the itch bad. Like as soon as I got out, I started working for a guy doing chemicals out in the oil field, making great money. But I still, obviously wanted to go do shit. And I was like, well, I got buddies that have gotten out, and like they go work for Triple Canopy or at the time it was XNI and stuff like that.
Blackwater before, I think.
Yeah, Blackwater.
Yeah, Blackwater before that. Yeah,
PMCs, private military contractors.
Correct. So I was like, I'm just kind of hit these guys up and see, with my training and that, obviously I'll be able to do some type of personal security or, high level detail of some sort.
Chuck, when I was growing up, they called those people mercenaries.
Yeah, they're not mercenaries.
I know
they got a cool name.
I get it. It's an outdated term now, but for those of you that don't understand what I'm joking about is when I was growing up, a mercenary was a soldier for hire. That was it, right? Like you had military training and you could be hired. Now, it didn't mean you were being hired privately. You could be hired by a company. You could be hired by another government, right? A mercenary was a soldier who plied his trade for money and not for his country. So
right.
That was why I was teasing Chuck earlier about, they're called mercenaries, right? The term has gone, like we think of mercenaries now more like we think of the term hitman, right? Like a mercenary is this evil, like, I'll fuck anybody up for money. And it really, a soldier of fortune there was Soldier of Fortune magazine, right? So that was the term.
Now they have cool names and they provide security for like contractors, government contractors, because they're better to get higher than the military, because the military doesn't want to stick their fucking feet in it, and so they're like, we'll just hire these dudes with these cool names and fuck it.
Private military contractors, all these. Yeah, cool. So you're looking at those kind of companies.
And I was talking to my girlfriend at the time, soon to be fiance, and I was telling her, like this is what I want to do, and I'd been dating her the whole time that I was in South Carolina, in the Marine Corps, so she already knows, a lot about me and my personality and stuff. But she was like, at the time working in the oil fields, I'd be gone 2 weeks, home for 3 days, gone for a week and a half, home for a week, and then gone for 4 weeks, home for 3 days. And she was like, I can't live like that. Like I need consistency. Like I can't have you gone for so long, stuff like that. So I was like, I guess that's fair. Like I don't necessarily
Hey,
agree with
you
it,
know what?
but
Better that than she pretends she's cool with it and cheats on you, right? Like
oh,
it sucks, but
yeah,
that's
yeah.
there's plenty of women who do the other.
Well, I wish she
Yeah.
would have just let me do it and then cheat on me, because I just pissed away all my hopes and dreams, moved across the country twice more just to cheat on me and leave me for
See,
somebody
then
else anyway.
yeah.
So
There you
I
go.
wish you would have let me. I wish you would have let me go to a fucking PMC.
Like
But,
if you're gonna cheat on me anyway, at least let me go out and work for a private military contractor and get some fucking
least-
fun, and have the decency to
Exactly.
cheat on me while I'm deployed like a normal bitch.
Like a normal human being. Yeah, exactly.
Right.
No, but so I was looking into it. It didn't work out, because she said no, and I was like, all right, cool, whatever. And this is now we're kind of running on December, so 3 months after I got out, and I was missing the Marine Corps bad. Like I'd already like taken care of my parents' estate, and what they don't they institutionalize you so much in the Marine Corps that they don't show you or tell you how good you have it in there, even when you're getting fucked over all the time, how
Right.
good you have it in there. And then whenever you get out, it's literally like this big old blanket is taken off of you, and you're exposed to the real world. And the real world sucks. It fucking sucks. Like after you've been institutionalized and having, a guaranteed roof over your head, like no matter what you do, you have a room to sleep in. You have fucking, electricity. You have all this shit. You have a guaranteed meal time of the day. Actually, because you can go do mid rats. So technically, you can do 4 meals a day for free,
Yep.
and everything that you need is on base. A free gym, work, like everything. Free dental, free healthcare, free eye care, everything. To where your only
Pay
bill is
attention,
your phone.
millennials that want to complain. There is a place where you can go get all that stuff.
There is, man, and you don't realize like how good you have it until it's all taken away. So yeah, I'm sitting there, worried about money, how I'm gonna keep the lights on for me and my I was getting ready to get engaged and girlfriend, and I was like, you know what, fuck this, I'm going back to the Marine Corps. Like I can't do this. So I'd already been spitballing the idea to her, kind of like testing the waters, kind of like dipping my toes in it, like seeing what her responses were. And so when I asked her to marry me, she literally looked at me and she on one condition. I was like, what? She's like, we don't go back to the Marine Corps. And I was like, okay, sure.
Oh,
Man. Yeah, so dude, yeah, man.
Okay, so we've learned a lesson here, boys and girls. Don't marry or stay with women who make you choose between your career path and their vagina.
100%. 100%.
You know what's a woman that is like, hey, honey, go overseas, kill the bad guys, and when you come home, I will have fresh baked bread and nice warm covers for you to crawl under with me. And then,
but see, when you get older, you actually get women like that. But when you're younger and you're young in the Marine Corps, if they're all children, they're like they're young women. They're not children. But nowadays, you're looking at like, no, they're fucking kids, bro. Like they don't have the
kids are
maturity
built
level
differently today. It used to be like a 19-year-old, 20-year-old girl could, bear a child, manage a house, balance a checkbook.
Like, right. But yeah, and you're 100% right. Like now, like I'm meeting women that because who are completely okay with that. They're like, yeah, go do your thing.
Yeah.
And
you're like, wait a minute, did you exist back in 2016?
Exactly. But then they're like, hey, but when you're home, you're taking care of a couple things first before before you get this hot food, before you get these cuddles and like that. You're gonna take care of me first, then we'll start taking care of you again.
It's amazing when you have a woman
I can do that.
Is willing to well, a partner, let's put it that way, who's willing to let you be you and embraces like, this is who I am, this is what I do. And they're not constantly going, well, that doesn't work for me and I know my worth. If the first time, boys and girls, you hear a prospective partner tell you they know their worth, fucking run. Run. Anybody that tells
selfish. They're being selfish.
They are overvaluing themselves, guaranteed.
Yeah.
Correct.
And those are the ones who are more likely to fucking skip out on you or cheat on you because you're like, well, you weren't here to take care of me. I was lonely. I needed someone. You're like, no, you're just not mature enough to just be a fucking grown ass woman. And another thing is funny when you got out and you're like pining to go back in. I was the same fucking way, except I went to the Marine Corps recruiter. I was like, I'm going back. I'm on terminal leave. I didn't even make it. I was on terminal for 45 days. I couldn't even make it 2 weeks. And I was like, nah, fuck this. I want to go back in. I went to the recruiting station and they're like, well, you have a lot of tattoos, bro. And I was like, well, yeah, I got all of them. I was in except for one. And they're like, is it in your medical record? And I was like, I don't fucking know. Probably not. They didn't care. And they're like, well, the tattoo policy. I was like, I'm currently in. I'm still in the Marine Corps.
Yes, these are not new tattoos. Like,
yeah, I haven't gotten anything.
Where do you think I got them from?
Yeah, I was like, I've been out for 2 weeks, and they're like, yeah, and then so they looked at everything, and then they made me jump through the hopes, the rings, and in hopes of going back to the Corps. And it took me around 3 months to get my SRB from Muskegee, when that's where it first goes, and you get out. And as soon as I got it, I walked back in. I was super pumped, and I hand it to them. They look at it and they go, bro, your tattoos aren't in here. Sorry. Due to the tattoo policy and the reduction of force, we can't let you in, but you can try next door at the Army. And I was like, fuck you guys, bro. Fuck you guys. So I went to the Army, and the Army was like, yeah, we really don't have much unless you just want to go and be like, try to go a Ranger. And I'm like, so infantry if I don't make it. And they're like, yeah. I was like, what's the attrition rate? And they told me, I was like, there's no fucking way, dude. Like, that's hard. Guys don't make that shit on their first try.
Yeah.
Very rare.
Yeah, let's say so. Yeah, so like so you know, fast forward, you know, didn't got engaged, got married.
You know how that turned out.
Yeah, we know how it turns out. Yeah. And you know, I kind of put my hopes and dreams you know, in the closet and locked the door, thinking, you know, because my partner doesn't want it, so you know, it is what it is. You know, what's best for us, not what's best for me.
Right. Because you were handling marriage the way you're supposed to.
Correct. So moved to Tennessee. She didn't like it there, so we moved back to South Carolina, which I didn't want to do, but did it for her. Was there for 2 years, and she ends up leaving me for this cop that she was working with. Another reason why I don't.
Damn.
But anyway, so this is December of 19. And literally,
not much is going on in the world then.
No, nothing.
No, nothing. Can't think of a single thing.
So I moved back home to Texas, and I was like, you know what? I don't have this whore with me anymore. I'll go back to the Marine Corps. Like, it's happening. So I did. I walked into the office and I said, hey, I need to talk to a prior service recruiter. And the recruiter was like, yeah, how can I help you? And I was like, look, like I got out, you know, this was my discharge date, type of discharge, you know, I have paperwork proving that my hardship is 100% over. I want to go back into the Marine Corps. And the same thing. He looked at my arms, and he goes, you got tattoos? And I was like, yeah, but same thing. I was like, but I got them when I was in, you know, but it's fine. He goes, well, are they documented? And I was like, I don't know. I was like, my command didn't really document shit, so I don't know, probably not, but like, whatever. Like, who cares?
It shouldn't matter.
And you probably didn't know that you needed, like, you were like, document. What the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah, we're about to say when we're in the Marine Corps, we don't. Nobody thinks about like, oh, let's document this to make sure this is, you know, nobody does.
You got to update my personal file. Nobody gives a shit.
Exactly. So he was like, hey man, if that's not in your SRB, there's no way we'll touch you. And I was like, fuck. And he goes, hey man, but the Army and the Navy, they'll take you if you're dead set on going back. And I was like, dope. I'll go be a corpsman. That way I can go inside and still be with the boys. Like, super easy. Yeah. I was like, I have a small, you know, attraction for medicine. I'll get to do that, and then I can go greenside, and then you know, I go MARSOC and go be a corpsman for MARSOC and stuff like that. So I can still go do boogeyman shit. And so I go next door to the Navy, And I was like, hey, I need to talk to a prior service recruiter. And there's like packed full of recruiters in there. And the prior service recruiter's like standing right in the middle. He goes, yeah, man, how can I help you? I was like, look, dude, I'm a Marine. I served from this day to this day. I got out because of this. I want to go in and I want to go corpsman. I know you can't guarantee me a green side contract. I have to work my way into that, but I at least want to go be a corpsman active duty. And he goes, oh man, I don't have anything active duty right now. I only have reserve stuff. And then once you're in the reserves, you can lat move over into an active duty and then get a corpsman contract. I looked at him dead in his face. I was like, I told you I'm prior service. I'm not some kid off the block.
Right.
Don't lie to me. Don't treat me like I'm fucking stupid. Let's start over. And I literally, in front of like everybody, in front of his peers, I was like, let's start over. I would like to have a prior service recruiter sign me up for a corpsman position. He goes, hey man, I'm telling you, all I have is reservists, and corpsmen we don't have reserve corpsmen. So you'll have to pick a different job, go to the reserves, and then you lat move over. And I looked at him, I was like, are you fucking stupid or deaf? I know you have more things than just fucking reserves. Let me do what I want to do. Like, it's not hard. You need numbers. I'm your number. Like, I know how this recruiting goes. I did it for 6 months when I was processing out. You need numbers. I'm a number. Let's make it happen. And he goes, the best I can do is reserve. I was like, all right, man, I'm going to the Army. Fuck off. And so I did. I walked out. I was like, get the fuck out of here, dude. I was like, don't sit here and lie to me and try to sell me like I'm some kid right off the block.
Yeah, he could have put you active reserve, so you'd have been active in a reserve depot, and then you could have attached to like Anglico, which is like the Ford Observers and stuff, or done something like that. Like
no, but he meant like straight reservist.
He's late.
Yeah. So you ultimately don't go back in.
Yeah, so don't go back in. And at that time, I just went back to Texas. I was getting back with family and friends. Kind of having a good old time. I was just partying out here. Just doing my thing in Texas and having a good old time. So I was like, fuck, it's not meant to be. It's not to be. I'll figure life out. And then I was moved down to College Station. I was getting ready to go to Texas A&M for veterinarian school, actually. And that's when I saw everything. Well, I saw the build up beforehand, and I was living with one of my buddies who was a Navy veteran, and we're sitting there watching news and stuff like that, and we'll talk about. I'm like, bro, Russia's going to do a mass invasion. Like, you're not already at war with somebody, and then bringing all these troops to their border and do military training just to send them all the way back across the country again.
Oh, dude, as soon as I saw that Z the Russians were painting on all their shit, I'm like, I don't know what it means, but it means something, and it's gonna fucking kick off. Like, that was my oh no. It's if the troops are like as soon as you write fucking personal messages on a bomb, that bomb's getting sent. Right. As soon as you start throwing playing cards in the freaking helmet band, right? As soon as you there are certain behaviors where like shit's getting real, and one of those things is when soldiers start marking up their shit with weird symbols that don't mean anything to anybody but them. Yeah.
So
it was like a month later. Yeah,
exactly. Yeah. So I'm sitting there, I was like, it's gonna happen. Like, when it happens, I don't know, but like it's 100% gonna happen. So like I already had like Telegram channels that, for us from keeping up with different things around the world going on, that I was watching.
Buddies that are still PMCs and you still know people.
Yep. Like I had a buddy, he was with the YPG over in Syria, doing that kind of shit and stuff. And so just to keep up with different people and things. But then February 24th happened, or the night of the 23rd for us. But February 24th happened, and I was watching it all break loose, and it was wild to watch. And sitting there watching it, and then instantly opening up my Telegram channels and stuff like that, I just instantly thought, I was like, that's it. That's that's my golden ticket. This is my chance to go do what I've been wanting to do my whole life right here.
Right.
Boom. This is it. Like I can't let this opportunity pass me up, because if I let this opportunity pass me up, I will never get this opportunity again. And then no matter which way the war goes, whether Ukraine wins or Russia wins, I don't want to be sitting on my porch with my grandkids one day regretting that I didn't do something. No matter how minuscule or how big I did something, I didn't want to regret the fact that I didn't go over there and at least try. So I made that decision right there. And I was like, I'm going. This is it. And that's what I did. I started calling different buddies that were still doing. I only had like I think two buddies doing PMC work at the time. Everybody else, I mean, 28 at the time, 27 at the time, 28, 27 at the time. So everybody's kind of getting older and kind of wrapping up their cool guy shit and starting to settle down with families and everything. I still have two over there, so I'm calling them and I'm like, hey, does your company have any contracts going over there? Or do you know of a company that does have contracts going over there? And both of them were like, nah, man, our company doesn't. We don't know any companies that are going over there. He goes, but actually both of them, they both said, if you choose to go over there, be safe, because it's fucking wild, man. It is.
Oh, yeah.
It's wild. And I was like, but that's what all your boys always say. Hey, man, do what you're gonna do, but be safe. It's wild.
Right.
So that's kind of what I chalked it up to until I got over there and I experienced it. I was like, whoo, boy.
Yeah.
How did you get to link up with the Ukrainians over there? How are you able to get over? Because when I was looking, we were keeping tabs on everything through like the podcast and everything. They were saying, hey, we don't need outside people, and if you do come, you need to go through boot camp or whatever over there. How are you able to get a hold of someone over there, or did you just fly into the country and said, if you need me, I'm here? Or was there some sort of like workup prior towards it to like
so
all your
I'm sure people want to know the channels you went through to actually end up serving, because let's face it, there was a moment where the Ukraine said, hey, if you guys want to come help,
the International Legion.
What's that?
Yeah. Zelensky opened up the International Legion and created for foreigners to come help, right? Yeah.
Yep. Got it.
So I have a very crazy story how I got over there, linked up, and started doing my thing. I probably have one of, I'm not going to say the craziest, because I'm sure there's crazier stories than mine, but mine's definitely probably on the top of the charts. So
let me ask you this: as we close out our first part one, do we have time to get it into our part one?
How long we got?
We got about, we got to close out, so we got about 5 minutes.
Yeah, I can write. Yeah, I can do that in 5
all right.
easy.
So here's what we're gonna do, audience. We're gonna cover how Bryce gets to Ukraine, and then we're going to end part one, and you'll have to come back next week for part two. So
perfect.
All right, Bryce, go ahead.
So Zelensky opens up the International Legion, and I was like, perfect, that's it. Because I too, I was wondering, I was like, how am I going to get to Ukraine? How am I going to get to a unit? Like, how am I doing this? So he opened up the National Legion, and I was like, boom, that's how I go. So the process was to contact an embassy in your country, fill out basically an application, and send in your resume, and they will provide the details on what to do next. So that's what I did. I filled out their application. I submitted my DD-214 as well as a brief synopsis of all of my qualifications from being in the Marine Corps, different training schools, stuff like that. Sent it off, and I waited. About a week goes by, and I didn't hear anything. I was like, you know what? They're getting flooded with people from all over the world, all over the country. They're just one small embassy. I'm going to submit it again. So I submitted it again, and another week goes by, and towards the middle of this week, I still haven't heard anything. I'm like, I have to figure out another way to get over there. Like, this war is going to be over before I ever get there. So I do it every.
Little did you know.
It's still possible.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. But so I do what every logical person does and go to Reddit. Because Reddit has all the correct answers.
No shit.
So
You're not even joking. Reddit is like they talk about the dark web. Reddit is the slightly dim web, like
It's like gray.
yeah,
it's gray
it's gray
because
web. Yeah.
there's some shit on Reddit, man.
Yeah. So I did. So I go on Reddit and I'm starting to, at this time I had no idea how to use Reddit. Like I'm actually having a buddy show me how to use Reddit while I'm searching these answers and asking these questions. So somehow on one of the chat groups or something, I get in contact with somebody and he goes, "Hey, this is the number for a Ukrainian commander fighting in Ukraine. Contact
sketchy, right?
him. Yeah, contact him, and he'll help you get over there." And I was like, "All right." So I did. Boom. Instantly, pulled
I
up
love that you're like,
Signal.
fuck it, I'm good. You want to meet in the dark alley? Fine.
Let's
Dude.
do it. But
Wild.
so yeah, so I got on Signal and I shot him a note. I said, "Hey, this is who I am. I'm looking for this person." And he goes, "Yeah, this is me." And I'm already doing like some brief OPSEC stuff on my end. I said one thing to him of like what his name was, but I was like, "Hey man, can I get your full the other piece of information I already had?" And he goes, "Yeah, man, this is it. How can I help you?" And I was like, "All right, cool, dude. You're 100% the person I need to talk to." I was like, I gave him a brief synopsis of who I was, my qualifications, what I was wanting to accomplish, and he said, "Buy a plane ticket to Poland. Go to this safe house." He gave me an address to a place in Poland. "Go to this safe house. Let me know when you get. Let me know when you get there, and once you get there, we'll help you get across the border into Ukraine and into a unit." And I was like,
This is
"Man,
like
this
some
is
spook
sketchy
shit.
as fuck. Like, there's no way this is
Hey,
real. Like, this
Hey,
is sketch."
you wanted boogeyman shit.
This is it.
Right,
You
right.
said
So,
boogeyman shit. This is how fucking boogeyman shit works. Everybody wants to do boogeyman shit until it's time to do boogeyman shit.
facts, man. So I'm trying to ask some soft questions where he won't give too much offset because he doesn't know who I am. Like, he's not just gonna fucking give me all this information. But I also need a little bit more information for me to say fuck it and go. And after talking, we exchanged 4 or 5 messages, and I was like, "Hey man, like I'm sorry to bother you. Like I know you're in the middle of a war and you're a commander right now.
Yeah, I know you're in the
But
middle of
I
a
was like,
war, but
yeah, right." So I was like, "But I guess I'll just let you know when I get there." So I sat there and I looked at my phone and I was like, "Fuck it. What's the worst that's gonna happen? I die? All right, whatever. I gotta die eventually.
you're kind of
At
signing up
least
for that.
at least I'm gonna have a cool fucking story about it." So
Right.
that's what I did. I bought a plane ticket to Poland and went to this safe house, which was a little hotel in like this little bitty village right on the border of Ukraine and Poland. Crazy cool little hotel, super nice people. They actually let us spend the night for free in this loft above their like dining room area is
Crazy.
where we stayed. And yeah, so that's how I got to Poland. And then the commander never messed back. I get there, I'm messaging him, I'm calling him, no replies, no answers, no nothing. And
Was he
yeah, man,
KA?
I don't know.
So
I don't know who this
you
guy is.
basically get there,
I
and
don't
now
know.
you're
Never
just
found
sitting there,
out,
you're
huh?
like, what the fuck?
Yep.
And so what
Yep.
really happens next? And I assume we're gonna get into that in part 2. So
Yeah, man. Well, I think that's a perfect ending spot, because then
Yeah.
I'll talk about who I linked up with to get into Ukraine and
And then we get some fucking Ukraine stories.
yeah.
So
Yeah,
here's what
yeah.
we do. Normally we let our guest pick the dedications for the episode. And I know, Bryce, you're gonna have people you want to dedicate your episode to. So I
Yeah,
thought what
man,
we would do
100%.
is we've had a loss in the Marine Corps family. So for part 1, Chuck and I would like to dedicate. We have somebody or a group of Marines we'd like to dedicate this episode to, and then for part 2, we'll have Bryce dedicate the episode to who he would like to dedicate it to. Does that work for you?
Man, that works perfect.
Perfect, awesome. So unfortunately, a lot of times because it's cops that are getting killed on a regular basis. A lot of our episodes are unfortunately dedicated to cops that have passed away or died in the line of duty. Sometimes firefighters. It's weird. It's technically peacetime, and yet when we have a loss of life in the military, it oftentimes is just not one or two, but it's many. And in this case, we have some Marines that we would like to dedicate this episode to who recently lost their lives.
Well, this one's not the Marines, because the Marines, it was 3 of the Marines that lost their lives in Australia. This
Oh,
one's
we're
the
not.
6
This is in Japan.
This is the 6 in Japan, and these were Air Force,
Airmen.
Special
Yeah,
Forces.
airmen.
Got it. Okay, so
But we
these are
did
not Marines. These are the Air Force in Japan.
right. We did do the dedication for the Marines in Australia a while back ago. I
Got it.
believe.
Okay.
But also, this will go out to them as well, because we'll just tag up with it, because these 2 Osprey crashes happened pretty close together. The first one was 3 Marines were killed in Australia in an Osprey, and this one now is in Japan, and it's Air Force recovers bodies of 6 airmen killed in Osprey crash in Japan. The Air Force Special Operations Command said Thursday it has recovered the remains of 6 of the 8 service members who were lost when the Osprey crashed off the coast of Japan last week, adding it is now focused on recovering the 2 bodies still missing in the aircraft debris. The Osprey crashed on November 29 during a training mission. Ospreys had a number of crashes, including in Japan, where they are used at as U.S. and Japanese military bases, and the latest has rekindled safety concerns. Well, no shit. And then goes on saying 3 bodies have been newly recovered from the sunken wreckage Tuesday, rising the total number of remains of the Air Force has recovered to 6 of the Osprey 8 crew members. The Osprey said, the Air Force said the search continues for the remains of the 2 crew members who are still unaccounted for. It. The depth of the sorrows is immeasurable, Lieutenant General Tony Bernerfind, who heads the Air Force Special Operations Command, said in a statement announcing the names of the crew. The honorable service of these 8 airmen to this great nation will never be forgotten, as they are now among the giants who shape our history. U.S. Air Force Major Jeffrey T. Horniman, 32. U.S. Air Force Major Eric V. Spendlove, 36. U.S. Air Force Major Luke A. Unrath, 34. U.S. Air Force Captain Terrell K. Brayman, 32. U.S. Air Force Tech Sergeant Zachary E. Lavoie, 33. U.S. Air Force Staff Sergeant Jake M. Turnage, 25. U.S. Air Force Senior Airman Brian K. Johnson, 32. U.S. Air Force Staff Sergeant Jake M. Gallagher, 24. We will never forget the service and the commitment of these airmen, Air Force Chief of Staff General Allen said in a statement Tuesday. We will always honor their devotion to our country, and we will ensure the families of the fallen receive their respect, care, and support they deserve.
Well, rest easy, brothers. We got it from here. And we'll keep dedicating our episodes as long as there are people to dedicate them to. Bryce, let's you can stick around and we'll do a part 2 for next week. Yeah,
let's do it.
All right. Well, we're gonna take a break. We're gonna take a break. You guys are gonna stop listening, and you can sit there and wait for a week. So count up the hours, and then we'll know what happened. But you guys have to wait a week to find out what happened. So until our next episode, come home with your shield or on it.